Yeah. Daniela Kalmeyer is today. Had Lefleur last game.
All right, Sandy, thank you. We'll start first question, second row, all the way to your left.
Hey, Coach. Thanks for taking the time. You played this team now 7 times this year. Game 4 of the WNBA Finals. At what point now is it less scheme against this team versus will to win?
Yeah, pretty much that, isn't it? I think we know each other so well. You have your sets. We all know each other's sets. Really, that's not what's going to get you open. I think it's the movement, and you're waiting for someone to make a mistake, and you capitalize on that. So it's a bit of a chess game in that regard. But yeah, it is a will. Who comes out stronger? They throw a punch in that first quarter. We're able to come back and get that win. But we need to be better in that first quarter and execute at a high level.
Sandy, to your right in the front row.
Hey, Sandy. Today is the exact anniversary of last year's Game 4, both on October 18th. What do you think about that coincidence?
I didn't think about it. So, new year, it's 2024.
Sandy, next question, front row to your left.
Hey, Sandy.
G'day, Douglas.
With all the stuff that's going on today, with obviously a chance to win a championship, what did you do this afternoon after you left us shoot around? Like, how do you get yourself ready for what's ahead tonight?
Yeah, look, I think I've done all the work, to prepare for this game, and it's more about just getting your rest, trying to eat some food, and getting ready. I mean, when you had a late shoot around, we didn't really finish until later, and so it was a short turnaround. But just relaxing, the work's done. Now we just got to go out and execute at the level that we know that we're capable of.
Sandy, to your right in the second row.
Hi, Sandy. When you captured the championship in 2014, I'm wondering what, if anything, you took from that experience that you've kind of incorporated into the way in which you've sort of lived day to day here in the finals.
Yeah, this team really reminds me of that team. Just how we came together. A lot of similarities in the season that we had. I think, we had a bit of a mishap in game 1, but we're quick learners. And you see a team that's together and willing to do whatever it takes, and it doesn't always have to be pretty. We're both 2 really good teams going against each other. I think the standard of play has been really great here. But I think every playoff experience or high pressure situation, you learn so much. But it's more. I always say, just stay true to who we are. That's the thing, and control the controllables, and good things usually happen.
Sandy, back row center.
Yeah, Coach, was there anything you've learned about Stewie coaching her that maybe just watching her you didn't know, or was she just exactly as you expected? Yeah, I mean, obviously faced Stewie a lot over the years when I was in Phoenix, and she's been but you don't really get to know the little 1%ers that you see. She's an amazing player. She's been great since college, and you just see how she continues to evolve her game. There's so much now. We put playmaking ability in there as something like, oh, okay, she can do that. She can lead a team. She can run a team. I think defensively, if anything, I think her ability to impact the game in so many different ways, on the ball, off the ball. You saw last game, she was everywhere. You heard what she said in the timeout. She wasn't going to let us lose. She was doing everything she could, but playing smart. She wasn't creating offense. She was being there where she needed to be. She's long. She can rebound. She can run. She can do so many great things. But what I've really loved about coaching Stewie is she's a very humble superstar, and she holds herself to high levels, and she can be accountable to herself. And that says a lot. But then she's able to, bounce back pretty quickly. She believes in herself. I think that's a part of it. You have to have confidence and know you have this greatness and capable of what you're doing. And I also love her humor. She's pretty funny. She's she's pretty funny. And I like that. It's a game in the end. We're serious, but we also have to enjoy it as well.
Sandy, next question, back row center.
Sandy, I know you have veterans on this team that have won before, but even for the ones who haven't, how do you, help them understand the difference between understanding the gravity of the moment, but not letting the the gravity moment be too big?
Yeah, look, I think you can go back to the experiences that you had. I just talk about, don't think about the result. I think that was, just bit us in the butt a little bit in that Vegas series. 2 players were out. I was complacency in there, maybe, possibly. And that's hard to change once you look too far ahead. Control, whatever it takes, you just got to just focus, stay in the moment. And if we can do that and be persistent and consistent, maybe the result that we want will be today.
We have time for 3 more questions. One from the room. I'm sorry, Sandy, front row left.
Hey, Sandy. Between games 1 and 2, you said that you were, I guess, glad that you had that extra day in between to kind of refresh and prepare. I guess, after you guys get a thrilling win in game 3, in a perfect world, are you glad that there was only 1 day in between games, or would you have preferred, an extra day, so to speak?
Yeah, look, I think it's funny though, I know, because Doug asked me the same question today, and initially I thought, it was good for us. It was more to get over the disappointment because we were right there and we let that one slip. So that you needed that day just to regather yourself and okay, but we had a day game, so that was nice that it came quicker on a day game. But otherwise, if you just lost, I do like getting back onto the court pretty quickly. Because you can just, okay, what do we need to change? Let's get back out there, and no one likes losing. It's tough to lose. So you just got to regroup and do whatever you can.
We're going to Zoom for 2 questions. We'll start with Jeff and then Russell. Jeff, go ahead.
Thank you. Hello, Coach. Thank you for taking the time. Your team continues to insist that they, quote, haven't won anything, and you've preached all the time, don't get too high, don't get too low. So what more can you say to this group going into a game of this caliber? What's your message to the group of a team like that?
Yeah, exactly that. It's staying in the moment. We haven't done anything yet. You can't, if you're looking too far ahead, you skip the steps before. You got to focus on the process. And I'm big on that. Stay in the moment. I was asked a question today, which was a great question. What would it mean if we won a championship? I don't want to answer that question because we haven't done anything yet. Ask me when we do win a championship. And I think I can, give you a better feeling. But for me as a coach, it's more like, no, I'm staying in this moment right now because that's the only thing that we can control. And this is a really good team. It's been a tough series, really tough series. But, our plan is to close it out tonight.
And our final
Appreciate your
question
time.
will come from Russell. Russell, go ahead.
Hi, Sandy. Thinking back to that first game and the way it ended, that happens. You guys come out, win game 2. Then game 3, fall behind by 15, come back and win that on the road. I think we all know by now that this team is resilient, but what does it say about this team that they kind of had so many different opportunities to let this series get away from them, and they just haven't?
Yeah, I think it shows the experience, and the growth that we've had from last year to this year, the chemistry that we've built, not getting too high, too low. I know I always say that, but it does say true. You can't let your emotions take over for a bad call or things are not going your way. You've got to just stay with what you can control. And, I'm big with that because if you get, if you lose your focus, that's when teams take advantage of that. But I've been really, really proud of this team. It hurt game 1, but it was more like, okay, let it go. Let it go. We can't change the result, but we can change, what we do as we move forward and just focus on quarter to quarter. And, for the most part, even getting up and then having to, keep Minnesota at bay in game 2, and then a really tough game coming from behind and fighting to get that win in game 3. It shows a lot about your character. But this is 2 of the best teams in the WNBA. So if you don't have that now, something's wrong.
Coach, thank you.
Thank you.